I'd be mad at myself if I didn't tell you, this is not a problem that I'm just going to shrug at my entire life as a pastor. We have to do something, and what I'm convicted of, what I'm convinced of, is the only thing that changes people for the better is true relationships. True relationships with real people. I think I'm called as a pastor to engage the poor in true relationships, but I don't think I'm the only one. I think God has given me a church full of people here who have lessons to teach the poor, encouragement to give the poor, prayers to shower upon the poor, but you're only going to know how to do that if you know who the poor are. And I think we have to position ourselves as a church to know the poor and minister to the poor. And that doesn't look like people coming in midweek and getting a handful of money. That looks like, here's what I think it looks like. I want you to pray about this with me. It looks like our church eventually using some of the land we have or purchasing some new land to build a cottage of homes. Simple, small little homes that when people want to get out of poverty, they want to get out of abusive situations, they just got out of jail and they want to get their life together, we can house them. We can give them all the food they need. We can help them get their finances together. We can help them get their legal stuff in order. We can help them get their relationships back in order. But they have to have a daily way of shared life in dialogue with each other and our church. That's what I think needs to happen. Anything short of that, I think we see generations and generations of dysfunctional poverty. I think we have to have a daily community of people humbling themselves to the church, receiving instruction to the church, receiving the ministry of the church, and a community of people here praying over them, ministering to them, helping them get to a better stage of life. Anything shy of that, and I think we're going to be sitting here in 50 years going, what do we do about these poor people? I'll tell you, this church has already given out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for the good of the poor here. Not a single one of those dollars, to my knowledge, has resulted in someone coming to Jesus or coming to this church. Or going to another church, and I know all the pastors in town. Wouldn't it be nice to use our money in such a way that people actually meet the living Lord and have transformed lives? Where they're in our worship and they're going, I am so glad that the Lord grabbed me and brought me here because now I have a good relationship with my wife and kids. Now I'm not living in debt. I haven't been in jail for 10 years. I pay my taxes. Anyway, we can get lost in that. But the thing is, we need to be seeing transformed lives, but we're not going to see it if we continue just throwing money at a problem that is not about money at the heart issue. The heart issue is the heart issue. It's Jesus. And we're the only group that has a solution. And we act like mental health has a solution. We act like the government has a solution. They don't. They don't. As we keep giving power to them, things keep getting worse. We have the solution. We are the people with the power to transform lives because Jesus is in this people. And that's what we have to offer. We're not something off to the side that's irrelevant. We're at the heart of the issue of poverty. And we need to use not just our money, but our manpower. We need to use our prayers for the benefit of those around us who are suffering. Because if we don't, what are we? Are we even a church? I don't think so. And that's where this reading just went in James. If you know of somebody who's hungry or doesn't have clothing and you say, God bless you, be on your way, Godspeed, but you don't do anything to help them, then your faith means nothing. Faith without works is dead. Who here wants to have an alive faith with me? That means learning to care for the poor in a meaningful way. That is not something off to the side. It's not like our main job is getting here and singing hymns and our second thing is helping the poor. This is our way of life. We have to do it. So be in prayer with me about this, because it's not going away. Jesus said the poor will always be with you. What are we going to do about it?